meeting in Antigua. And Lide, you may not know this, they were successful in fighting a case in Kenya against the Mau Mau rebels. The Mau Mau rebellion was a insurgent movement led by indigenous Kenyans fighting for independence from Great Britain in the 1950s. The British put these freedom fighters in basically concentration camps. Many people died at the hands of the British in Kenya as they were fighting for independence. Now, just about a decade ago, Lide takes on the case for victims during this period in the 1950s, and they successfully sued the British government for atrocities, crimes against humanity. They won their case. In 2002, I'm moving forward, there was a international conference in South Africa. Okay, it was a human rights conference, and in Durban, South Africa, in 2002, I believe, they finally made a ruling that slavery was a crime against humanity. Could you imagine? It took them until 2002 to finally articulate that slavery was a crime against. I say that because we now have gathering weapons to fight a case to say that reparations are due because of the fact that slavery is a crime against humanity. We have legal precedents now with this case that Lide won against the British government. So while it may seem like some kind of nebulous, concept, I'm saying that we're actually building momentum because of these legal cases and because of this articulation.
More them under your belt. We should see something happen. Reparations soon. Quite interesting. Okay. There was this other thing that you wanted to tell me about. I was talking about the Fox Hill, Adelaide, Gambia. You started out with what's happening in Baintown, that kind of stuff. And is anything in the mix now? Because we've got to move forward. We're already talking about all this stuff that we're saying that we've got to do much more than we've been doing, and we've been dormant for all these years. It's about time we begin to have a big say in the measure of things in the Bahamas. We talk about reparation, that's a noteworthy cause. But what are you going to do? What are some of the things that you think that we should be getting up and prepared for to bring the kind of notoriety, to bring the kind of scholarship to what we are talking about with the history of emancipation?
Well, first, we must not make it a sporadic thing. Each August, we have a discussion on slavery, emancipation, and all, and then it dies until the next year, August. So we're trying to keep this alive.
Be consistent.
So as to educate our people. And we have reached out from Bay and Grandstown to all of the other towns. As a matter of fact, they've been with us at our events last week. They will be there tomorrow in representative numbers. Maurice Tynes, who is the chair of the Fox Hill Development Association, and we have the chair of the Gambia Association will be there tomorrow also, the chair of the Adelaide Association. As a matter of fact, we've got exact numbers of them who will be there tomorrow. So we're coming together to begin to elevate this history, because we feel that a lot of our people still feel a sense of shame, and it's because of a lack of knowledge, of who we are, where we've come from, our proud history, that in spite of nearly 400 years of the most brutal enslavement, that the people still survived, still prospered, still came out relatively intact. There are some scars that are still obvious, still present, but we're going to work that out by bringing this information out to our people. Also to mention that we have to reject the philosophy that the slave masters indoctrinated us that the light your skin, you know what I mean? We've got to accept who we are. We've got to stop trying to mirror the oppressor. We've got to free ourselves, and that is gaining momentum. as we bring our children into these discussions. So we say to parents, bring your entire family, bring the children out tomorrow evening.
Please do.
6 o'clock.
Yeah. 6 to 8.
6 to 8, and you're going to hear
Library auditorium of the University of the Bahamas. Yeah, from Africa to the Bahamas.
I wanted to just add to this what CB said. You know, we cannot perfume our past, meaning that for too long, I think we've tried to sell our people in thinking that, you know, slavery was better than the Bahamas. Things weren't so bad.
I think we're ready to have this discussion now.
And then, of course, extending from that, of course, was, we don't have any race problems in the Bahamas. We all get along. It's better in the Bahamas.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, so the thing is...